Hi, my name is Ram Pichai. Today I'll be talking about APIs, application programming interfaces, and this discussion is going to be for beginners level or at 10,000 feet height level. I mean, maybe to have an introduction about APIs or business executives who wants to understand this API economy and how software things are built around APIs nowadays. So, what are APIs? APIs are nothing but a communication that happens between two or more than two software applications or software devices. Nowadays, everything we are trying to connect everything, right? I mean, when we are talking about Internet of Things, all that machines that are in Internet of Things will have to talk to each other. So, how are they going to talk to each other? Predominantly it is done through APIs. So it is nothing but that communication protocol between two different or more than two software applications. That's how I can simply define APIs. So why APIs? I mean, what's a big thing about APIs? Earlier days, I mean, I'm talking about 1960s, 70s. We had a huge, massive software being built around mainframes, right? I mean, that is where the banking and insurance companies built their softwares. Then it's actually a big one piece application. So there will be multiple functionalities built on that one piece, and there will be like hundreds of developers and testers who will be working on those applications. And if there is a problem in that one particular few of functionality, the entire system will have to be brought down to have this one fixed. Then later in 2000, we had that client server architecture, right? So that enabled the applications to be connected from anywhere in the world, right? I mean, when we got into internet, if you want to connect to your company site, then you can go through anywhere you sitting there, and you can actually connect yourself to that. So client server application architecture helped us. Around 2010-11, we got into this mobile computing, where all these applications are brought into your mobile phones and different devices that will come in the form of mobile. I mean, I'm talking about iPad and other stuff, right? So in the last few years, all those applications are broken down into APIs, right? So these APIs are being built around the different applications of the systems, right? I mean, if you want to build a mobile phone app, for example, you are a domain expert. I mean, for example, you are a trade domain expert, and you want to build a mobile app, right? You probably need not be a mobile developer or a tester, but still you will be able. You are a domain expert, right? I mean, you are understanding, or your expertise is a bit different. Still, you will be able to develop an application using the different third-party APIs, and you can actually orchestrate all these APIs put together with the help of, with a little help of developers, API developers and testers. You will be able to bring up your own application. So that is the beauty of APIs, right? So when we are talking about these APIs, so what are the different roles that we are talking about? I mean, basically it is very simple. I mean, the one who provide the services are going to be API providers. I mean, for example, Google Maps. Google has built a great maps, right? I mean, if you really want to take up that input from that map and build your own application, you don't really have to go from scratch. So whatever API, open APIs given by Google can be utilized. So here the Google will be API providers, and the one who will be utilizing subscribing to the APIs will be API consumers. So API providers, I can probably think of, I mean, as I said, Google Maps, or Facebook provides a lot of APIs, and Twitter, and your banks. I mean, with that introduction of open banking, most of the banks started providing the open APIs so that the fintechs can consume those APIs and provide the different functionalities that are not given by the legacy banking systems, right? So that is where these APIs are coming into picture. So to beautify the different stakeholders here, providers and consumers. So very simple. So the next one, what are the different uses of APIs? So as I mentioned, social media, right? I mean, if you want to build your own application from your Facebook, I mean, you have Facebook and you want to find out how many likes, how many shares that you had from the latest post that your organization had, maybe from LinkedIn or from any other social media, Twitter. You can actually build up your own application to get that data from whatever the social media that we are talking about. So it is very much used in social media, and as I mentioned, in banking, it is very much used with that PSD2 instruction of having that open banking. So these legacy banking applications are not able to compete with fintechs, right? So, but these legacy banking applications are trying to be as competitive as they want to be. They want to serve for their users. So they keep their banking applications open through these APIs. So these fintechs consume those APIs and provide different views for understanding their financial history, where how their balances look, if they want to have quick transfer of money, if they want to do forex transactions. So that there are multiple new functionality that are being built with the third-party applications who consume the APIs provided by the legacy banking applications. And of course, you have graphics API. I mean, another best use of them is that game developers, right? I mean, game developers need not have to build everything from scratch. So there are multiple graphics APIs existing available. You just have to put together and integrate them together, and you can actually build up a graphics game. So in gamification, it's very much critical. And as I mentioned, one more financial domain is that insurance. Insurance also it's widely used, and one more thing is that healthcare providers. So you go to hospital, or you get that report from your laboratories, and you want to connect that with that another healthcare application that you have, that you can definitely use it with the APIs exposed by your hospitals or other the laboratories that they have. So in that way, it is very much easier for you to link your own application and bring up the view that you want to have. So that is the purpose of these APIs. So when these providers expose their applications, right? I mean, for example, if you are talking about the banking application exposing their functionality, they have to be very, very careful about the security features. So if they are going to expose something that they are not supposed to expose, then they will be completely screwed up, right? So there are multiple security layers that they need to have, and there are multiple frameworks or standards that they need to follow. It's being followed very strictly, and one of them is OAuth2. OAuth2 is one of the framework through which they, I mean, both consumers and providers will have to register through when they want to connect with each other, and this OAuth2 will determine the different standards, mechanisms that the consumers and providers will have to follow. So I mean, API security is very much essential when you want to expose your applications and when you want to consume somebody's APIs. So that's another point that I want to touch base. And the next one is that I mean, everywhere it is API, right? So how is it going to change the entire landscape of software? That is being, I mean, that is where we are talking about this API economy. So this API is nothing but, I mean, for example, Amazon provided this Alexa, and there are multiple APIs are given through that. So, what is that? I mean, are they going to charge consumers of those APIs? Obviously not. I mean, it's all given for free, right? I mean, the same thing with Facebook or Twitter or any other social media that we are talking about. So, for consuming those APIs, they are not going to charge the users. But then, how are they monetizing their whatever effort that they have put into building these APIs? The best thing is that they are, I mean, whenever you go through these, whenever you're going to consume these APIs, right? So all these products which are exposing their APIs, they are trying to understand the trend, the consumer trend, the user trend. What are the different things that the consumer users want at this point of time? So the data the data is something that they are monetizing. So Alexa knows what we are talking from their home. I mean, what is the critical information that we are looking for at this point of time? And Twitter knows, Facebook knows, through which they will try to run their business. So that is going to be changing the entire landscape of how the different market space, I mean, the different things worked out in terms of monetizing the software effort that they have put in. So, and the other one is that we have different APIs, and there are multiple. As a API developer, I can actually bring multiple APIs put together, and I can actually bundle them together, and also I can actually put it in API marketplaces. There are multiple API marketplaces that which are segregated with respect to their functionality, domains, and other stuff. So if I'm a API developer and I have just come up with a few niche APIs, and I can actually bundle them together, and I can actually put it as a product for us in marketplaces. For example, right? I mean, I'm running a startup, and I'm trying to come up with deep learning product, right? I mean, if I have to build for example, speech recognition or text recognition, or to understand the trend of something, so I need to put in a lot of effort, right? I mean, maybe I need to have a few data scientists and data architects and model developers, I mean, Python developers, and I have to do a hell lot of things just to make sure that I bring out that model, deep learning model, right? So for that, I need to have a heap of data on which everything will be tested. So once I develop that, I can create a model, and I can actually put it in the marketplace, and I will just expose the APIs for others to consume. So as a consumer, I'll just go there, and if I want to make some speech recognition software or text recognition software, I can just go buy that API, and I can actually start working on. I mean, in case if I want to have a chatbot, I mean, a voice chatbot or text chatbot, I can just go there and do that in a matter of maximum few days to a week's time. I can just finish it off. I mean, will be a longer time. I'm just putting some extra time over there. But it's very simple. So that is what it is. So APIs are the way to go in future. So that's what I just want to share it. Thank you.